On this episode of It's Me or the Dog, it's pandemonium at the Spinner household as Victoria takes on Melissa and Jeff's 8 rescue dogs.
There's chaos. Oh, that's a little manic, isn't it?
The dogs have overrun Jeff's kitchen.
Go, Jimmy!
The dogs have jumped up on the stove and turned the gas on. That is dangerous.
And laid claim to the bedroom as well.
How are you intimate?
All the chaos is destroying the couple's house.
There's been a lot of damage done in this house.
Can Victoria get Melissa and Jeff to agree on the ground rules?
Victoria is a professional. This is what she does.
I know better. Just admit it.
Or is 8 too many for them to handle?
Enough! You're not keeping your side of the bargain. And you're going to have to deal with that.
Victoria Stilwell has been training dogs in both Great Britain and the United States for nearly 14 years. Today, she's on her way to meet Jeff and Melissa, whose household has been overrun by their 8 dogs.
Owning a group of dogs can be a rewarding experience, but if you don't make the time to train each of them properly, the dogs will develop bad behaviors and the chaos will quickly take over your life.
Jeff always tries to stop me from bringing home dogs. With the amount of dogs that we have, I think once we got to 4 or 5, it kind of was like, what's one more?
I think a lot of the problem does lie in Melissa. Part of loving animals is disciplining them, and right now it's just chaos.
Okay.
Before she begins training, Victoria will spend the day observing the issues at hand.
Could I get through? Come on. All right, Sylvester. Okay. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
I'm just gonna let you in. They're all friendly, so just come right in.
How many of them are there?
There's 8.
8.
Yeah.
Good. Great.
When Victoria came to the door, it was, as it usually is when people come to the door, craziness, hectic, barking, happy, jumping. So I think that Victoria got a really good sense of what goes on here. It's okay.
Wow. Dogs just kept on coming up to me. Melissa was introducing me to all of them, but it was chaos, so I couldn't really concentrate on who was who, and there's no way I'm going to remember all the names. Let's go inside where
Okay.
maybe it's a bit calmer, so we can chat.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Come on, guys.
Fabulous. Hello, dogs.
We have 8 dogs. We have Vinny, Charles, Sylvester, Joey, Bobby, Tony, Donnie, and Jimmy. Every single one of our dogs is rescue.
Right away, Victoria can see the effect having 8 dogs has had on the couple's home.
It started here.
Oh my good grief.
Just that.
Sylvester is responsible for the majority of the destruction in the house.
It's a beautiful couch,
It was.
but it's not anymore. The sofas have been chewed. The remote controls for the television have been chewed. All the moldings have been chewed. Anything that's wood and has a leg has been chewed. There's been a lot of damage done in this house.
Come on, guys.
The problems continue outside the house as well.
Do you walk your dogs?
Can't really walk more than 2 at a time. They all want to go when they see the leash, except for Sylvester. He is petrified, like, of everything. I mean, it gets to the point where we have to corner him. He'll pick him up physically and walk him over to me to put the leash on him.
Can I see you put the leash on him?
Yeah. Sylvester is scared of anybody who comes in our house, and he's scared of anything he sees when he leaves the house. No idea why, but he won't let me put a leash on him, which is so strange. Sylvester. Sylvester? Okay, this is what he does. He hides under a bush. Sylvester!
Most dogs love going for walks. Sylvester is not one of them. And it was quite a comical scene, actually, seeing Melissa and Jeff trying to corner him. Poor thing. He desperately didn't want to go.
Oh, Sylvester! It's all right. Sylvester, Daddy got you. All right. I got you. Come on.
Back inside, Jeff attempts to cook a nice meal for dinner.
Jeff went to culinary school, and he's actually a really good cook. But this kitchen in this house is the dog's kitchen. Oh, Jimmy!
Oh.
Jimmy. Jim, come on.
That scares me.
Yeah. That was pretty close.
The open flame.
There is one very, very big concern too, and that is the dogs have gone into the kitchen and by mistake have jumped up on the stove and turned the gas on. That is dangerous.
Okay.
Making things more difficult, Melissa is constantly treating the dogs in the kitchen.
And so now, already hard task of me cooking and trying to clean, I have to clamber over and trip over dogs and get dust and stuff in my well-prepared food that I'd rather not have in there.
Yeah.
I definitely get frustrated. I've learned to live with it, obviously, but I blame Melissa for, not being able to eat at home.
Unlike Jeff, the dogs get plenty of enjoyment out of their mealtime.
Okay. You guys ready? Are you ready for dinner? Whose bowl is this? Whose bowl is this? Tony boy. Good boy. It does get a little annoying sometimes when I'm out and I have to stop my day and come all the way home to feed them because I like to feed them at 6 o'clock every night. I do at times wish that Jeff did more with the dogs. Sometimes I get really stressed out. Even though he's home, I'll have to come home and feed them. Okay. Come on, Jimmy.
Once mealtime begins, it's clear why Jeff avoids this chore.
All right, come on, let's go. So next I feed Charles, who is in that corner. Sorry. Come on, Charles. Come on, Charles. Come on, Charles. Okay, good boy. And now I have Sylvester, who is actually in the office. Come on, good boy, good boy. Okay. Come on, Tony. Little Tony. Here, little Tony. Good boy.
Feeding time is chaotic.
Okay, ready, Donnie? Come on. Come on. Okay, come on, Ben. Okay, there you go.
Well, that's a little manic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Has it always been like that?
It's usually a lot worse. They get crazy, so it's really difficult to find anybody else to feed them.
I think it is ridiculous that Melissa has to come all the way home, feed the dogs, and then go all the way back to whatever she's doing. Because even though Jeff's here, he won't feed them.
Jeff and Melissa's disagreements continue in the bedroom.
I asked Melissa and Jeff to get up on the bed, and then one after the other, the dogs came up too.
There you go. There you go. Here's Jimmy.
You're sharing your bed with 5 dogs?
Yeah.
How are you intimate? How?
Well, they don't like movement on the bed, so they'll jump off, like if there's
Okay.
anything weird going on.
So it doesn't stop your love life?
No.
No.
I like the dogs in bed at night because I know it makes them feel safe.
Tell me how this makes you feel.
I mean, it's frustrating, everything. She just, Melissa doesn't listen to me. She really doesn't care about what I have to say. Having the dogs in the bed at night makes me insanely angry. Like, she would say, I don't help with the dogs. Like, that's hysterical.
Well, no. I mean with
all I
like
do
feeding.
Is, my whole life is helping the dogs. I'm out of energy, really. I'm beaten down to the point where I don't have any energy to argue. I don't have energy to say anything. I give up.
I see the difficulty here. You are both not in agreement. Jeff told me he has quite literally given up. And if these two don't reach some kind of compromise, there is really nothing I can do.
Coming up, Victoria questions Jeff's commitment.
You're not taking care of them.
Victoria Stilwell has spent the day observing the chaos of the Spinner household. Now, she wants to sit down with Jeff and Melissa to sort out their issues.
You have 8 dogs.
Right.
And that's a lot of work for anybody. The actual management falls down to you, Melissa. The grunt work
Right.
falls down to you.
Right.
And that's what concerns me. You're not taking care of them.
I am in some ways. I mean,
What do you give your dogs that they need?
love, I guess.
They need more than playing and affection from you. I believe responsible dog ownership is incorporating everything, the good and the bad about owning a dog. Let's start off with Sylvester. Sylvester is an incredibly nervous little dog. Incredibly nervous, and he displays the nerves by chewing. And that's why all of your stuff is being chewed. Your kitchen, you're a chef. You've trained for years to be a chef. You've got a house now, you've got a great kitchen, and you can't cook in your kitchen. And that leads me to the bedroom. Now, I have no problems with dogs sleeping with people, but where it's a problem is if your partner doesn't like it. You've got to be consistent. Are you going to allow the dogs on the bed or not? Your dogs are very confused because there's a lack of consistency. You've given up. You say one thing, you say another thing, Jeff. And so there's a little bit of anarchy. The dogs are just going to do what they want to do. They're going to run all over you. They're going to go where they want to go because there are no rules, there are no boundaries, and no rules and no boundaries make dogs insecure. And I believe that it's not going to be long until there's a major, major fight in this house. So you need to have rules and boundaries. You need to have discipline. You need to have consistent leadership. I can only work with you if you are willing to work with me, and that means I'm looking at you too, Jeff, because if you're not willing to put in the time, there's no point in me being here.
I'm completely up for any suggestions. I mean, especially because she's listening right now. If I gotta feed the friggin' dogs, I'll feed the friggin' dogs. I mean, that's fine. But as long as I don't get 9, 10, and 11, that's cool too.
I promise.
Seriously? If I came back in a year, would you still just have 8 dogs, or would there be 9, 10, or 11 dogs?
I can't physically handle another dog.
You also owe it to your dogs not to bring in any more dogs.
If you help me and we get everything under control and the chaos stops, I will not get any more dogs.
Do your other rescue work in different ways. Okay, are you ready to work with me then?
Okay.
Let's do it.
I am very curious to see if Jeff is going to help. I'm trying to remain optimistic. I'm trying to be positive.
Before training can begin, Victoria wants to make sure any rules she lays down are followed.
You're going to work with Victoria's rules. And those rules do not get broken. The rules that I've given the couple are really important, not just for the dogs, but I think for their relationship. Okay?
All right.
All right.
I'm ready.
The first rule is I want you to accept responsibility. Jeff, the dogs need you to be as much of a part of their lives as you can be. Now, Melissa has promised that if you do more work, she is not going to get another dog. The second thing is, oh, please work together. The third thing is set boundaries. And Melissa, I'm looking at you here. Don't be wishy-washy, because when you do take control and you are a leader, your dogs look up to you and they respect you more and they listen to you more. The fourth thing is be consistent. Whatever training that I do with you, you both have got to do it in exactly the same way to avoid confusion. Consistency allows dogs to learn. And the fifth one is listen and respect. Not just the listening and respect between you two, but you also need to listen to your dogs, because your dogs are communicating things to you and you're not aware of it, and you're not listening to them. If you follow these rules, I can tell you it is going to improve your lives immeasurably, and it's also going to improve the lives of your dogs. So I would encourage you, don't break these rules. Okay?
Okay. I won't, I promise. Him and I will always have the thing of, well, I know better, he knows better. And I don't have that with Victoria. Victoria is a professional, this is what she does.
I know better. Just admit it.
Victoria knows better.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
To start the training, Victoria wants to address Sylvester's horrible fear of his leash.
He's already smelling the leash. Okay, now Sylvester has a problem when you want to leash him up. He runs away from you. Sylvester has a lot of energy and he never gets walked. So consequently, all of that energy, because it's got no other outlet, goes to chewing. I want to show him that the leash, first and foremost, is a good thing rather than a bad thing. Good boy. When he touches the leash, he's then going to get a little bit of peanut butter. And the reason why I put it on a spoon is because instead of just treating him, he gets a sustained good feeling by licking, licking, licking in the presence of the leash.
Okay.
So then I take it away from him and put the leash back into the tub where you normally keep the leashes.
Okay.
After waiting a moment, Victoria repeats the process.
He looked at a bit, wasn't that sure, but the peanut butter overrode his feelings of insecurity about the leash. That's why food is not compatible with fear, because food can teach the brain to override fear.
Then, Victoria easily attaches the leash.
It made me so happy to think that, oh my gosh, there is hope for this dog. He's not gonna be freaked out and nervous forever.
Sylvester has no etiquette on the leash, and I just wanted him to have experience of being outside, a positive time outside, a pleasurable time outside before doing that training. He is hypervigilant, he is looking around. That's fine, that's part of his breed. The fact that he's smelling is really good because dogs that are too stressed can't even do that.
I think it's amazing that Sylvester immediately trusted Victoria because this is a dog that could know somebody for days, weeks, months, and won't go near them.
Yeah, take the leash with him now.
Next, Victoria suggests they pick up the pace.
Sylvester. Good boy, Sylvester. When we started to run, Sylvester got focused. He wasn't freaked out anymore.
That's a good boy. He's in the zone. The more they walk him, the more they give him experience of being outside, the more confident he's going to become, and the less chewing he's going to do inside.
Good boy. Good boy, Sylvester.
Coming up, Victoria tries to bring order to the front door.
Okay, step back.
There is no way it is gonna work.
But can she handle 8 dogs at once?
And up.
Victoria Stilwell has begun working with Melissa and Jeff to help them gain control of their 8 dogs. Now, she wants to restore calm to the chaos at the front door.
I've noticed that whenever you go to the door, you let your dogs out, there's this massive rumble right in front of the door as all the dogs are trying to get out.
It's unbelievable. Can I get through?
As part of your gaining control and as part of your new authority, I think you need to now tell them, you calm down. The only way the dogs will get out of the door is if they are calm.
Okay. I have lived with these dogs for 3 years. There is no way it is gonna work. Guys!
Okay, step back.
Oh.
Don't do that. And up! Don't ignore. Turn your back, ignore. During the training, the dogs were also jumping up on Melissa, and for so long, she's been reinforcing the jumping up with attention. This time, I told her, turn your back and ignore them, and only give them attention when they've got 4 on the floor. Ignore them.
Once the dogs are calm, Victoria slowly opens the door.
Back from the door.
But every time the dogs react, she shuts it again and waits.
Wait. Wait.
When the dogs finally settle down, Victoria allows them out.
Good. Good.
Oh my God.
Come.
That's kind of unbelievable. Watching Victoria take control of that door and all of those dogs and watching them just back down, I was blown away.
What you're doing by opening the door when they're calm, you are reinforcing calm behavior.
Right.
So soon you're going to have dogs that come up to the door and look at you.
Now, Melissa gives it a try.
Okay, don't look at them. Wait for all the dogs to come up. Walk away. Walk back to the door. Stay there. Walk away. I had Melissa walk away from the door a few times because as soon as she'd get to the door, the dogs would squabble and they would get excited and they would bark. As soon as they did that, she walked away. Let them out now. Go. Good.
I was amazed and fascinated, and just, I could not believe that the dogs actually all went outside without attacking each other. Pretty cool.
Now Victoria turns her attention back to Sylvester, whose anxiety around people has led to major destruction in the house.
You're going to be the ones that are going to help him in that, because you're his protector, and you're the person that he looks to, or the people that he looks to for guidance. And I'm going to do a couple of exercises that are going to make it easy for him to relate and accept people a bit more. I wanted to teach Sylvester that when somebody extends their hand to him, that he shouldn't be worried. And so the best way to do that is get him into the habit of touching a hand when it's extended to him. I put my hand behind my back, and then I just hold it. Good boy. He touches it with his nose, he gets a treat. I put it behind my back again. Okay. Touch. Good boy. As he touches his nose to my hand, I'm going to say the word touch. Touch. Good boy. Touch. Good boy. Now he's a bit more relaxed. He's just gone from a down to a relaxed down.
Sylvester is doing so well, Victoria now wants Melissa to give it a try.
Touch. Good boy.
Okay, Jeff, could you do this a couple of times now?
Sylvester, touch.
Come here.
Touch. Touch.
When Jeff took over, he didn't want to touch his hand.
Touch. Sylvester, touch. I've had to yell at him in the past to try to train the dogs. In yelling at him, he, probably was fearful of me.
I noticed that sometimes when you do a quick movement near him or you walk by him, that he slinks away.
Yeah.
And as I said, this dog is very sensitive, so you have to be very careful.
Touch. Touch. There you go. Good boy.
Deliver the treat.
There you go.
Good.
Can you touch again? Good boy. Good. When Sylvester started listening to me with the touch training, I was really happy. Touch.
I absolutely think Jeff will change his approach with Sylvester, and it made me so happy to think that, oh my gosh, there is hope for this dog. He's not gonna be freaked out and nervous forever.
Touch. Good boy.
By the end of the training, Sylvester seemed to get it with Jeff, but Jeff's got to work very hard to build that trust between them.
Coming up, Melissa struggles with Victoria's rules.
Get unemotional. Oh, Jimmy.
Can Victoria get her to toughen up? Victoria Stilwell has been working with Melissa and Jeff in an attempt to bring calm to their household of 8 dogs.
Good.
That's kind of unbelievable.
Now, Victoria takes Melissa and Jeff to the bedroom.
Jeff cannot stand the dogs on the bed, and he wants them off. Whereas Melissa loves having the dogs on the bed.
I dream of the day there'll be no dogs on the bed. I don't think it's gonna happen.
So now, are you in agreement? No dogs on the bed?
I like the dogs on the bed, but yes, I will agree, no dogs on the bed.
I'm impressed.
I wanted Melissa and Jeff to use the off command, which is basically just saying the word off as they're picking the dogs up and putting them on the ground. I want you to start, go for it. Just saying off.
Okay.
Off.
Good, and nice about it. Just, this is all very gentle.
Off.
Off.
Into the bed.
Joey.
It was almost comical. They had all the dogs off the bed, they get back on the bed, and then a couple of them would try and jump up.
Charles, hold it. Oh, Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy. Okay.
Can you just say off to him, please? Make
Off.
it unemotional.
It's gonna be very hard for me not to kiss them and hug them when I pick them up and put them off the bed and just say off. Off.
Good. Just tell them good boys.
Good boys.
That's it.
Good boys.
Okay. All right. I'd say best of luck because you're gonna have some sleepless.
If it takes staying up all night to keep these dogs out of bed, I am game.
Victoria wants to show Jeff how to keep dogs out of his kitchen.
I set up the gate for 2 reasons. 1, so that Jeff could cook in his kitchen. 2, so that the dogs, when the couple are out, can't go into the kitchen, jump up on the stove, and turn the gas on.
Oh, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Uh-oh.
I think you need this, Jeff, because as a chef, you need to have your kitchen back. And
It would be awesome to have my kitchen back.
I understand, though, that sometimes you'd like to leave the door open and be working in there, but having no dogs come, which is why I want to teach you the out command. Okay. Jeff and I went into the kitchen and I told Jeff to start preparing some food. We're using body blocking. If you see a dog coming in, what you're going to do is you're going to walk into their space and you're going to point and you're going to say out. Okay? Okay, go for it. Claim your space.
Out. Out.
There you go. Lovely.
Out.
Our little Jimmy, he's a puppy. So he definitely put Jeff to the test.
Out.
Tell him good boy.
Good boy.
All right, now you come in, Melissa.
Now, of course, when I go in the kitchen, all of the dogs follow. So in I go, and in comes Sylvester.
Out.
And Tony. Out. And Bobby. It was one after another. She's just so little.
Every dog is having its turn of just testing. What happens if I
Out.
Okay.
After just 12 minutes, Melissa and Jeff have successfully reclaimed their kitchen.
Now look.
Look, they're almost all falling asleep.
Jeff is able to take the pizza out of the oven, cut it up, and we started to eat it, and no dogs came into the kitchen.
That was probably the only peaceful piece of pizza, or anything for that matter, I've ever had in my kitchen.
I can't wait to cook a meal. I was completely impressed that the out training worked and got the dogs out of the kitchen.
It's pretty amazing.
Now that Melissa and Jeff can enjoy a meal in peace, Victoria wants to bring the same calm to the dogs' dinner time.
When I've seen Melissa feed, it's a frenzy, it's crazy, and I wanted to keep this dinner time calm. Feeding time is absolute insanity, so I want to just inject a little bit of calmness back into it. So what I'd like you to do is, first of all, we're going to change the setup a tiny bit. Not bowl placement, but setup of where the dogs are going to be while you're preparing the food.
Oh, okay.
First of all, I wanted to put some of the dogs already in their places, and that meant putting Donnie and Vinny outside and Jimmy in his crate.
From now on, all the dogs will be fed in the smaller kitchen in the back of the house.
Prepare the food like you normally would.
Okay.
Don't sing and don't talk. You're making them very excited.
Yeah.
By singing and, oh, it's time to eat.
Right.
Yay. And then the dogs go, yay. Once the food was prepared, I took some of the bowls, took it into the office, and put them down for Charles and Sylvester. By feeding the most intense dogs first, that's Sylvester and Charles, you completely dampen any kind of explosive reaction. Then Melissa fed the other 3 dogs in the kitchen.
Joey?
Yeah, lovely. Then it was time to feed Jimmy in the crate, and then we got the bowls to feed Donnie and Vinny outside.
Good boy, Vinny.
Oh, peace. Peace.
We did it. The dogs were calm.
You have to teach Jeff.
Yes.
Because I don't want you coming back from work, wherever you are, coming back to feed the dogs at 6 and then going back even when he's here. Ridiculous. That's not going to happen anymore. If you can do this, Jeff can do this.
Oh, it's not that hard. I think I'm going to be able to do this on a daily basis. Be calm and feed the dogs without any aggression.
I'm going to leave you for a little while, and you have a lot of work to do because there are a lot of issues in this house. It's so important you accept responsibility, you work together, you set boundaries, you're consistent, and you listen and respect each other. I would like you to walk Sylvester. Sylvester's very important that he goes out so that his confidence is built up and he's less nervy.
In the spirit of fairness, Victoria wants Jeff to take over some of the more unpleasant chores while she's away.
Melissa's made a massive sacrifice. No more dogs in the bed. So you have to go pick up poop, Jeff, and do the feeding as well.
Okay.
And when I come back, I want to see changes, okay? Good luck, and I will see you again. Bye-bye. See ya. Melissa gave up having the dogs on the bed, which is a major sacrifice for her. Now, this is Jeff's time to step up and take care of those daily needs of the dogs.
Coming up, without Victoria's watchful eye, will Jeff hold up his end of the bargain?
You got it all?
I got it all.
Perfect timing.
It's their first day without Victoria, and Jeff and Melissa are working together to keep the front door free from chaos.
I think we're sticking to the rules.
I think we're sticking to Victoria's rules, definitely.
After only one try, all the dogs are calm, and Melissa
Yeah,
can easily let them out the door.
That was great. That was awesome. Like, it's
Yeah.
okay if they're all at the door, they just can't get crazy.
Jeff has also been building bridges with Sylvester using the touch command.
Touch? There you go. Good boy. Touch training's going really well. Sylvester is a completely different dog now. He actually will come up to me and be like, let's play. Touch? There you go. Good boy.
The exciting part is watching the relationship between Sylvester and Jeff change. Sylvester's definitely a lot more happy around Jeff and playing with Jeff and wrestling with Jeff, which never happened before.
Boy, yes, he is a good boy. That's going to
That evening, Jeff is able to cook in a dog-free kitchen while Melissa keeps the dogs behind the gate.
Out.
The kitchen training is going well. It's nice to have no dogs in the kitchen. It feels like it's a little bit cleaner.
I'm pretty impressed. Good boys.
Later in the week, Victoria checks in on their progress.
I'm eager to see if Melissa and Jeff have been keeping up with the training.
Today, the couple is attempting a walk with Sylvester.
Sylvester, you ready for your walk? Oh, don't jump. Come on, let's go. The leash training with Sylvester, he sees that leash come out of the bin and he is at the door, jumping on the door, jumping on me. He cannot wait to go for his walks. Sylvester.
Well, I can tell Sylvester is no longer afraid of the leash. When I first came, he was hiding under a bush. Now, he cannot wait to go out.
There, I know. We gotta get the other dogs over.
That's looking a little chaotic at the door there. Melissa, you've got to take control of the situation.
Hold on, Sylvester, I gotta open the door. No. Sylvester's new thing now is as soon as I leash him and open the door, he bolts down the block. Sylvester. Sylvester. All right, come on, let's go. It's almost like he pulls my arm out of the socket. Sylvester. Sylvester.
Sylvester's obviously much more confident, but this could be a safety issue, so I'm going to have to teach you some impulse control.
That night, the couple prepares to get a good night's sleep without the dogs in the bed.
Sylvester, what are you doing?
Oh,
It's great not having the dogs in the bed. I can rest and feel clean when I'm sleeping, and it's pretty nice. Charles.
It's a huge sacrifice for me not to have my dogs on the bed, but my solution has been to get off the bed and lay on the dog beds with the dogs, which I did before too, but now I just do it a little bit more often.
You'll cuddle with me on your bed, because Daddy won't let you on our bed, right? Yeah, I know.
well done for sticking with this, Melissa, because I know it's hard, and I really hope that Jeff does his part too.
But it soon becomes clear that Jeff isn't keeping to his part of the bargain. Melissa is doing the majority of the feeding.
Good job.
What is he doing?
And all of the cleaning up.
A lot of poop, you guys.
Hold on, why is Melissa doing all the chores? Jeff said he was going to help out.
Ew. Jeff isn't picking up the poop as much. I think because it's in my routine already, I just do it.
Yeah, picking up poop is not my favorite activity, especially in the morning. You got some poop?
Got a little bit of poop.
All right. You got it all?
I got it all.
Perfect timing.
This is outrageous. Jeff, Melissa has stuck to her part of the bargain by keeping the dogs out of the bed, and now it's time for you to step up and take responsibility. We need a serious chat.
Coming up, can Victoria get Jeff to finally take responsibility?
In the last week, how many times have you cleaned the poop?
I was sick last week, so.
Or will this family of 10 fall to pieces?
If you're not keeping your end of the bargain up, why should Melissa keep her end of the bargain up?
Victoria is returning to Melissa and Jeff's home to find out why Jeff hasn't been keeping up with his end of the bargain.
Good boys.
Quieter.
Be good boys. Hi.
Hello. Oh, Sylvester.
Yeah.
What is this?
I know, they're kind of calm.
So, I've been watching your progress. We've got a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do.
Okay, let's go inside and chat about some of the other things that I've been seeing. Okay,
All
come
right.
on. Here's my problem. Melissa's made a major sacrifice by not having the dogs up in the bed. And your part of the bargain was to clean up more poop. Not when you're asked, but just going and doing it. So, if you're not keeping your end of the bargain up, why should Melissa keep her end of the bargain up?
I don't know what to say. I do help clean the poop up. I mean,
Okay, so tell me, in the last week, how many times have you cleaned the poop?
I was sick last week, so.
But I've been away for more than a week. I believe when you work together as a team, you have to do the nastiest side of owning a dog, as well as the good side of owning a dog.
Victoria gave me a hard time about picking up the poop, and she's right. I need to pick up the poop, and it's important to the dogs.
So there's been some progress, but there is more to do. So let's get on with it. Okay? All right.
First thing, Victoria wants to address Sylvester's dangerous new habit of door dashing.
Sylvester was a dog that was afraid to go out. Now that he's confident and he likes going on walks, he wants to get out of that door as soon as possible. But door dashing is a problem and potentially dangerous. But this is where you now have to own the space.
Okay.
Claiming space at the door is all about saying to the dog, you know, this is my space. You have to respect my space rather than charging past me to get out of the door.
Victoria has Sylvester wait, only opening the door once he is calm.
Okay, let's go. Good. Sylvester has never experienced walking on a leash. He never goes outside. Now he's confident about going out. It was time to teach him how to walk well on a leash. No pulling. I showed Jeff and Melissa that each time he pulled, you go in the other direction. When he stops pulling, he can continue his walk. Can I give it to you, Jeff? For you to do the walking back and forth.
Ready? It's like I really want to go. The turning around when we had to walk Sylvester, it makes sense to me because he pulls, you go the other way, which is opposite of the way he wants to go. So it just made complete sense to do that, even though you get a little dizzy.
Come on. Good boy. Good boy.
That's it. There's no doubt about it. This training is tedious. It's tedious for the owner and for the dog. But if you stick to it, you have many years in the future of wonderful walks with a dog that doesn't pull.
Good boy. Good boy. Ah.
Back at the house, Victoria wants the couple to enjoy a romantic meal together to celebrate their hard work.
Okay, Jeff, cook.
So while Melissa gets ready, Jeff gets to work in the kitchen.
I think I have everything. Nice tablecloth, candles, flowers, wine. I think I got everything.
Ooh.
With the dogs content to stay out of his way, Jeff can show off his skills and make things up to Melissa for not helping out during the week.
Everything's ready.
It's pretty good.
There were flowers and candles and wine. So it was pretty exciting. It was an unexpected surprise. Thank you so much, Victoria. I can't tell you how much this means to me. It's beautiful.
You're welcome. And I'm going to leave you now.
Okay.
I have to say, you've worked very hard. And you have a huge job. You have 8 dogs. And that is no easy task for anybody. But I have to say, I don't think there's a better place for them to be. Your dogs are extremely happy. You've rescued them from awful situations, and now they're going to live the rest of their days in peace and harmony.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
This house was so chaotic. There was never a moment of silence. We couldn't get anything done. And now our house is calm.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye,
See you.
Victoria. Thank you so much.
Bye, sweet.
Yeah, we have our lives back. Ooh.
The dogs are happier, they're happier, the whole household is calmer.
This isn't trying to take you down.
Since Victoria's been gone, training's been going really well. The dogs are listening to us a lot more, and everybody's a lot calmer. The whole house is a lot better now.
Gonna read?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna watch.
Sans dog.
Jeff didn't like the dogs being in the bed, and now they're not in the bed. They're not jumping in the bed. I don't feel bad because they seem happy, and it's been going really well. I can actually cuddle with you. Ooh.
Thanks for watching. If you love It's Me or the Dog and want more dog training tips and tricks, visit my official site, positively.com. And if you're interested in learning more about becoming a dog trainer, check out the Victoria Stilwell Academy. Links to both sites are in the description. I'll see you online.